Sharing may not. Nope.
Oh my God.
Damn. Why polygamy never works. The men are toxic and the women weak-minded.
The backstory. Since the beginning of ignorant time, there has always been such a thing as polygamy. Polygamy, from the late Greek polygamia, state of marriage to many spouses, is the practice of marrying multiple spouses. When a man is married to more than one wife at the same time, it's called what?
Polygamy.
You know it means polygamy.
Polygamy.
And men have set women up to fall for this over and over again, under the supposed benefits of a communal family,
The shared burden of caring for and bearing children.
a communal marriage,
Sharing the burden or benefits of riding that.
financial stability, and safety in numbers.
However, these benefits sound all well and good until you get into the muck of combing through this entanglement of a situation with a fine-tooth comb.
Individual studies report a higher prevalence of somatization, depression, anxiety, hostility, psychoticism, and psychiatric disorder in wives, as well as reduced life and marital satisfaction, problematic family functioning, and low self-esteem.
Now to the disadvantages of polygamy for women, like having to share that.
There are varying infections that aren't exactly STDs that a woman can get that a man might be symptomatic in having, or B, a man just plain out won't get. Example, a man cheated on me one time and my cat burned. Now, you mean
Welcome to the renewal. Please be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Poly is a type of relationship where a person chooses to have more than one romantic partner at the same time while everyone involved is in agreement. While many choose poly relationships for many different reasons, others digress and say they would never even consider it. Poly isn't for everyone, and that's okay. What matters most is whatever relationship style you prefer. Just make sure it's consensual, respectful, and healthy for all people involved. Comment below you all's opinions on poly relationships. Do you think it could be successful? Are all partners or community?
rescab weekly. I had clear, watery discharge that had no smell to it, and this kitty cat was extremely inflamed at all times. And for 5 long years, I went to countless doctors and GPs with nobody being able to put their finger on exactly what the was going on. No STDs, no STIs, no BV, no yeast, and no answer. The solution. So within that 5 long years, I started having to research myself because obviously these doctors didn't give a shit to figure out what was really going on. Come to find out, instead of there being something that wasn't supposed to be there, my dumbass had a lack of what was supposed to be there. So when that man dipped his Johnson in another female, he brought me back a specimen of her vaginal biome. And her shit must have been Chirac because it easily overpowered mine and created an imbalance in me with my punk ass microbiome. The man and the other woman just fine. The moral of the story?
Sharing may not. Nope.
Oh my God.
Sharing may not hurt the man, but can be extremely detrimental to the woman's microbiome.
And these type of men claim that no one woman can satisfy all of their needs.
Then proceeds to neglect one woman to be with another,
leaving at least one woman at a time in a cold bed all alone while he never has to spend a night alone.
And he does this night after night,
if you're lucky.
Also neglecting the fact that he doesn't fulfill all of that woman's needs either. Men also claim that the more women they have, the more kids they can have.
Meanwhile, a woman can have a baby per year for all of her fertile years. And even more than that if she has multiples.
But even then, that's not a valid point because have you seen the price of eggs?
Baby, you don't have any need for a whole lot of kids in this kind of economy.
And this leads us right into men claiming that polygamy is a benefit to finances.
Because if you gave a damn about your finances, you wouldn't be trying to have a whole gaggle of babies in a bear market.
Clock it.
Additionally, if you had your finances together, you wouldn't need to fuck or marry a person for them to in turn perform a service. Because a real man with his finances together can and will
hire a nanny, hire a cleaning service, hire a financial advisor, hire a counselor, hire a mentor.
Instead of f***ing women to perform these jobs and distracting himself from his goals and living a decent life.
Because if you have time to be with more than one woman, you have time to start a business, learn a new trade, spend more time with the babies you already have,
instead of doing the act that makes more,
travel the world, broaden your horizons, and or take up a new hobby.
These type of men rant and rave about the benefits of polygamy while willfully ignoring the fact that they have an imbalance in their sacral chakra and need to work on and master self-control and discipline.
And instead of working on and mastering themselves, they indulge in their own buffoonery because they know they can find a woman with self-esteem just low enough to put up with all that bullshit.
Men also make the argument that this is historic and generations before us have also practiced polygamy.
Welp, generations before us also
didn't know how bacteria spread, so succumbed to multiple diseases, plagues,
and viruses.
Damn! Thought that one could rid himself of the HIV by sleeping with a virgin.
And thousands of innocent girls have been infected by men that believe this idiocy.
Sold their preteen daughters for pennies on the dollar to the highest old ass bidder. And all this dysfunction led by money-hungry, senseless, and horny men.
So referring to history as an excuse as to why we should revive anything from then is straight up asinine at best.
Men also claim that they can love and treat multiple women equally. But I have yet to hear a case where,
if you really sit down and talk to these women,
these men are actually
giving adequate time, love, and affection to all.
Well, you. There's just not enough time in the day.
So boom, a man was in a polygamous relationship with 3 women for years, met his 4th wife, and actually fell in love.
And he said he never even knew that he wasn't actually in love with his other wives until he met and fell in love with her.
And what happened? He neglected the fuck out of them other wives.
To the point that they no longer had an intimate relationship with him. Neglected those kids from his other marriages.
Per usual.
And spent more and more time with his 4th wife. And now,
after 20 years of marriage and claiming to be able to love all them equally, he admits that he was never in love with them other hoes. Sorry. And now is in a happy monogamous relationship with his 4th wife.
And this all, of course, after stealing over 20 years of these other 3 women's lives.
Damn. Moral of the story?
Don't let these fools fool you into making an even bigger fool of yourself.
Because I have yet to see a real man participate in a real monogamous relationship.
You want to play back what you said?
What I say? Because I have yet to see a real man participate in a polygamous relationship successfully.
And most of these types of men have failed to maintain a healthy, happy relationship with even one woman, let alone multiple, for any considerable amount of time, with your approaching basic ass.
Okay. The fuck you want with multiple women when you haven't even proven you could be successful with one? What's not clicking, Steven? But hey, what do we know? These are just our intrusive thoughts. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments down below.
Hey y'all, so let me share with y'all my first experience being in a poly relationship, y'all. So I had a boyfriend and a girlfriend at the same time. So this was like a little short little run, I'm not gonna lie. You know, we all was together. Like, he was my man, she was my girl, I was her girl, that was her man, and we was both of his girlfriends. So pretty much they were dating first before me and him got together. So they were dating first and then they ended up breaking up. Then me and him came across each other. We got together and it was almost my birthday. And I just was telling him like, man, I think I want a threesome for my birthday. And y'all know he like, oh, a threesome, like, you sure you want that? Like, boy, be for real, like, what niggas gonna turn on a threesome? Okay, so him acting all like, oh, you sure, babe? Like, cut the bullshit. You know you want to do it. So I'm like, yeah, you know, let's do it for my birthday. We were this and that. So the whole thing was us finding a girl. Okay. So we want just like any girl. You feel me? And it was a short period of time. Like, who we gonna find within a short period of time? Like, you know, and I don't play that shit. Like, I ain't about to just pick no random girl off the internet just to do it. Like, I'm not doing that. He said that pretty much he had somebody in mind. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, you know, so he did tell me already, like, it's the ex or whatever. So I'm all right. He showed me a picture of her and, like, you know, she was cute. She was like my type. Like, I love pretty bitches, okay? So yeah, she was my type and she was getting money. Okay. So y'all know a pretty bitch, you feel me, in her bag, get her money, like, my cup of tea. She was cool as fuck, by the way, too, and she gets some coochie. So yeah, anyways, me and her met, you know, grew our own bond. We, you know, was texting, FaceTiming. You know, we all just had our own little bond with each other. So of course, on my birthday, well, not on my birthday, but for my birthday, because I went to see them, because we all was long distance, y'all. First off, we was all long distance, but you know, she flew in the city, I flew in the city, we was all together, and yeah, it was for like my little birthday, a little threesome for my birthday. You do the whoop-de-doo, you feel me? If you know, like, yes, all that went down, all that happened, and it was real good shit, by the way. So this wasn't just no threesome because y'all know we all decided to be together. But, you know, push come to shove, everything was cool, you know, but they didn't really deal with their past shit that they had going on. So it always caused like drama in the relationship. So whatever unresolved issues they had in their relationship before, you know, I was even in the picture, they didn't resolve that shit. So they was bumping heads like a motherfucker. And y'all know I was just being like the little peacemaker. I felt like a goddamn therapist, bitch. Like, I'm up here like, no, y'all can't do that. Y'all gotta do this. Like, talk it out. We do this and that, A, B, and C. Like, I just feel like the fucking mediator. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all. Like, that was me and her first time, both of our first time actually being in a poly. So it was something she was jealous of that I was doing with him and he was doing with me. And it was little things I was jealous of, you feel me, that he was doing with her. Because I just felt like, okay, so y'all been together, so like y'all more comfortable with each other. Like, she know more things than I do. Like, you know, so I was just getting a little jello a little bit. But I was actually willing to, you know, work on, you know, how me and her can get past the whole jealousy thing. Because, you know, I really liked the girl. And, you know, I liked what we all had going on. So I was willing to, like, put certain junk aside, talk about it as adults, and move forward. But the real key problem was that their unresolved issues just kept on interfering with all of us, you know, just being on some peaceful shit. So let me tell y'all, I really, really, really liked the girl, okay? Like, she was the first girl that, you know, and I was the first girl for her too. So me and her, like, we had our own little bond connection. So I guess, you know, they got into it or whatever, and it was like really, really bad. So he ended up having to, like, you know, cut her off. I didn't want to cut her off, but, you know, it's like, since it started off with me and him, you know, and us bringing her into our relationship, even though that they already had a relationship before me and him got together. It's just the principle. They had a relationship, they broke up, me and him got together, and we brought her into our relationship. I grew mad feelings for the girl, and I didn't want to cut her off. I'm like, oh my God, but like, this is my man, and it's like, you know, I started this with him, so it's like, dang, like, what am I supposed to do? So I had to side with my man, and, you know, we had to cut her off. But I still kept her on the back end, like, as a friend. I'm like, even though, you know, this didn't work out, I still want to keep you around as a friend, because you was mad cool, and I really do, like you. And she was all for it, too. You know, so we just continued as being friends. Him and her didn't talk at all. He told me, like, as long as no sneaky junk, you know, is going on between y'all, I don't care about y'all being friends. Just don't, you know, be on no weird junk. Pretty much, that's what he told me. But pretty much, y'all, me and him broke up. Me and Girly, like, we don't talk as often as we used to. But I mean, you know, we're still cool. But my little poly experience, it was okay. It was it was a cooler experience, like, minus the bullshit that was going on. You feel me? I don't know. I feel like the poly life is definitely a cooler experience for sure. It just take a lot of, like, grown people, like, the mindset, like, everybody's got to pretty much be on the same page. Jealousy, I mean, that's normal. It's gonna happen. You just have to learn, like, okay, in what ways can we move past this in a, you know, in like an adult way. If there's any jealousy, like, y'all can work through that junk. Like, I'm not gonna lie. But again, like I said, it wasn't more so a me and her situation. The big thing was that him and her just had some unresolved ass issues that they had going on in their relationship. So yeah, it was just always gonna be drama until they decided to resolve that shit, and they weren't trying to resolve shit at all. So yeah. The poly life does have its, you know, ups and downs to it. Now the real question is, will I do it again? I don't know. Yes, maybe so. No, yes, I don't know. A poly relationship will only be successful if everybody live up under the same roof, baby. Everybody is on the same type of time, on the same page. And I mean, you can't say jealousy, like, not to like play a part in it, because I mean, we're human beings. Jealousy is gonna happen, but you just have to know how to handle the jealousy, you know, and how to, you know, work through that junk. But other than that, my experience is pretty cool. Okay.
Come with me to Target while I tell y'all about how I got kicked out of a poly relationship on the first date night. I know y'all asking, how you know him, Bree? Well, I was scrolling on Instagram one day, like, I ain't gonna lie, I was on some rebound. I had broken with my man like a year before this, and nobody was doing it for me. But this one particular man that I saw, like, people had posted him. He popular, real popular man or whatever, like, handsome as hell. And I'm just like, I want him. But I never see him pop out. I never see him outside. I just see pictures of him or whatever. So I follow, and of course I slide up on the story. Heart eyes on everything. Like, then after a couple heart eyes, I'm talking. After a couple talking, like, hey, don't you want to see me? Like, you don't want to meet up? You don't want to hang out? I knew this was the love of my life. Swear to God, knew it was. So, of course, we link, we hang out, we start doing you know what after we start seeing each other or whatever. Once I done got good and cracked, I'm talking about 8 off the bone, baby. He calls me one day with a bitch on the phone. And not just any bitch, his motherfucking girlfriend. So I'm thrown for a loop. I ain't heard shit about a bitch from day one. And automatically her on the phone, she got a damn attitude. And I'm like, wait a minute. Like, bitch, y'all coming at me with this new information. He ain't tell me this shit. So what I did, I kept my cool, because this was the love of my life. I kept my cool or whatever and just said, you know what, I'm gonna rock with it. I've been wanting to do poly stuff, just see how it work. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a go. The girl is telling me all her problems, all their problems about how they did this before, how she feel like she not his type. He choose certain girls that look like me or whatever, and she just feel like it don't work out. I'm trying to reassure her, baby, I'm gay as hell. I love a woman. So I'm trying to take her, like, her whole conversation was just about him and how he hurt her. So I'm just like, I don't know if she's stable enough to do poly, but we gonna try it out for the sake of my man. So I'm trying to get to know her outside of her relationship and her trauma with this damn man, which was a red flag. Like, bitch, am I about to get traumatized too? And did. But I'm trying to get her mind off him. Like, girl, I'm gay for real. Like, I want to get to know you too. Like, I want to see you. I think we should hang out. And she suggested we go on a date together as well. He is totally against this shit. But we both begged him, like, let's just go on a date together. I didn't say shit. I want to say, bitch, we already fucking, but I can't say that because, of course, he done lied to her and lied to me and done put us both on the phone together, bitch. So we go on a date. She was a little standoffish. We go next door because we went to a hookah lounge. We buy us a bottle of Don Julio Reposado. We split that bitch. We in there having hookah, having a time. So he pulls back up because we like, come meet us out. Come meet us out. And we realize, you know, we drunk, we two girls, we vibing, we having fun. We want him to take us somewhere else. While we go out to eat, y'all, we went in the bathroom together. She ate my coochie in the bathroom style. Ooh. So now I'm like, oh shit, let's go. We buy us a bottle of Don Julio Reposado. We split that bitch. We in there having hookah, having a time. So he pulls back up because we like, come meet us out. Come meet us out. And we realize, you know, we drunk, we two girls, we vibing, we having fun. We want him to take us somewhere else. While we go out to eat, y'all, we went in the bathroom together. She ate my coochie in the bathroom style. Ooh. So now I'm like, oh shit, let's go. We drive back to their house, y'all, and I'm so gay. I'm like, I don't want shit to do with him. I want a hug. Whole time I'm like, kick him out, kick him out. Like, let's literally just be us. Getting in her head, getting in her ear, and I think that's why he didn't want me around her, because I was getting in her ear. Y'all, why they both turn on me? Like, hell no, if he ain't in it, I don't want to do it either. But did you tell him you ate my coochie in the bathroom though? Oh, okay. The man was like, you know what, get your shit, let's go. Why he dropped me back off to my car? Night over, date over, poly over.
Hey, friend, they say you got some tea that will shake the internet and is shaking the internet. Friend, what is it? And don't worry, we ain't gonna tell nobody.
I found out my boyfriend was in a poly relationship with my parents.
Friend, what you let fly out there ignorant? Ooh, wait. Go ahead, friend.
And he got my little sister pregnant. She's 15.
And got the sister pregnant too. Shut your mouth and keep on talking.
Not only did you fucking my parents, you fucking my little sister. When I found out, I was already 4 months pregnant by this man.
Friend, you must have married Hugh Hefner found your husband off of OnlyFans. But you know, I digress. It's not for us to judge. Yes, we are. Go ahead, friend.
I have a huge 5-bedroom house, right? But my parents was back home struggling with the rent. So me being the good person that I am, I said, come over with me. And my sister came too.
Friend, you didn't know none of this? You ain't living in the same house?
It was just when I wakes up in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. He's in my parents' bed. He said I had got too drunk and was faster than him, and he was to go sleep in my parents' room.
Oh, my.
The 3 of them were playing days together without me. Talking about some trying to get to know their son-in-law. Especially one time they was gone for 2 whole days and did not come back. No phone call, no text, no nothing. 2 days silent. Like, my sister was being mad weird with me, y'all. Like, usually me and her was be close, be locked in. Lady, she's been quiet and in her room all day long, like in the room all day. I asked her what's wrong, she say nothing, but can't look me in my face. Now, did I ever think that he was fucking my parents and my sister? No. I just knew something wasn't right, bitch. I be having that feeling.
So, friend, since you are the person that chase out the parked cars and be barking at them and stuff, you know, you that person. Friend, how did you find out? How did you collect all this stuff? Because it wasn't Sesame Street, it wasn't Reading Rainbow, it wasn't the Magic School Bus, because you didn't pay attention to none of them. How did you find out?
Yo, I got this phone that he used to have, but the screen broke. My people's fixed broken screens for the low. Man, I got that fucking screen fixed, and the first thing I seen is him and my sister messages. He's telling her to get an abortion. She's telling him, no, I'm gonna make that bitch mad. I took her nigga. But should I keep scrolling? I see a group chat with my parents and my nigga. A whole fucking group chat that I'm not even fucking a part of.
Friend, you be encouraged. Don't call us back with no more fools. We are turning over a new leaf for 2026. Meaning turning over, so we'll be back for part 2. Don't call us back with no more of this foolishness. Call us back for part 2. I know it's gonna be juicy. Bye.
Like, my sister was being mad weird with me, y'all. Like, usually me and her was be close, be locked in. Lady, she's been quiet and in her room all day long, like in the room all day. I asked her what's wrong, she say nothing, but can't look me in my face. You cool? Whole time this girl secretly hate me. She telling this nigga to leave me for her, all type of shit. Like, telling him basically if he don't tell me, she's gonna tell me. Like, she don't like me. And I was right, because in the midst of me, like, basically telling her I seen what I seen, she popped on me. Slid me, caught me completely off guard. And my parents acting all confused. I'm like, y'all sister, stop it. What's going on? I was trying to break it up. Like, girl, it was my dad for me. I ain't raised y'all like this. I ain't, like... Then they tried to comfort me thinking shit was sweet. I spazzed on their ass next. Caught them some desperate freaks. Told them I seen everything. I put all them the fuck out my house. Like, my parents didn't have nothing to say. They knew it was dead ass wrong. Swear to God, they kept saying, I'm sorry. No, get the fuck out. I was alone for a whole week, y'all. I was chilling. Then boom. Find out I'm 4 months pregnant. I started to get lonely, emotional. Like, a lot of shit was going on in my head. The nigga was begging basically to come back home. So yeah, I gave in. I'm not gonna lie, I gave in. I was just real vulnerable though, that's it. Like, so yes, me and the nigga got back together after that. And things were okay, I'm not gonna lie, they were okay. He was cooking for me, taking care of me, like making sure I was good, until it wasn't okay. The nigga start acting weird again, y'all, like wasn't coming home. So you know me, bitch, I'm gonna find some shit to fuck out. Waited for the night that he did stay home. I stayed up all night till that nigga went to sleep. Bro, I go through his motherfucking phone, guess what the hell I finds out? Him and my dad is still fucking never stop. What makes it worse, these niggas is deeply fucking in love. Like, they is in love with each other, can't go without each other. But y'all, shit get way fucking worse, way worse. But then, yo, I looked up and the message from my mom comes through. Bitch, I clicks the motherfucking message. Come to find out she pregnant too. She been trying to tell him, he been straight dubbing her shit, cause he been with my dad, bitch, I see why, like. Okay, so hold on, let me set this phone up real quick. This man had me, my mom, and my sister pregnant at the same time. So he all three our baby dads. Oh, bitch, I scrummed from the top of my motherfucking lungs. This time I kept shit Pete. I ain't gonna lie, I had a fucking plan for this nigga. I ain't say a word. Mind you, I'm 6 months pregnant at this time. He's taking care of me financially. Like, I'm not working. He's doing everything. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna use this nigga to fuck up. And when I drop, he's a fucking dub. Like, but he humbled the fuck out of me, y'all. One morning I wake up and he fucking going MIA. I go to a kitchen. It's a note on my fucking refrigerator. Okay, the summary letter basically, him and my dad was together. They're a couple. He said he loved my dad. He gonna be with my dad. And them niggas moved OT together. He ain't tell me where. He just said they gone. And to basically spread the news to my mom and my sister. So we are pregnant on our own at this point. Our baby daddy is gone. Like, do y'all want part 3?
Be careful, man. Be careful who you call your lover, man, for real. Y'all be careful out here, G. This shit ain't no joke, man. I'm finna tell y'all some real shit. I think this probably done happen more times than anybody probably can count, though. So, my boy, he know this group. He showed it to me on Facebook and shit like that. I don't know these people like that, but I'm familiar with them. But, buddy, it's these two couples, whatever. They best friends. They locked in. And long story short, finna get to the plot. Trust me, this shit can get deep. It's long. I ain't got time for all that part 2, part 3 shit. So anyway, Buddy and his wife, they're average looking. We're gonna keep it gangster or whatever like that. They're cute little couple. They average looking. His best friend and his wife though, Buddy need to be on the front of GQ magazine somewhere. You know, I give Buddy his flowers. You heard me? Like, you know, and his wife, bad too. You know, they look like model type motherfuckers, whatever like that. And so Buddy over here, the average couple, whatever, like he go ahead and rack up and he pays for his wife a BBL, the 360 lipo deal, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That shit. Boom. She come out. Like I said, we finna go ahead and skip all the prospects for real. But long story short, man, she starts creeping with his best friend. But she didn't just jump on Buddy and just start fucking with him. Like, they had a whole threesome. And they became a whole throuple. Like it's legit. Like she with them. The wife know about it. They been doing them. They didn't fight or nothing like that. But the husband found out and was like, blown away, man. And Buddy was like, hey man, sorry about this, blah blah blah. But I mean, it is what it is. She just whatever. Like shit crazy. Fast forward, bro. They on trips together. Model wife, and old boy ex-wife on cruise ships. They out and but they all three of them taking pictures. He showed it to me. This shit real. I don't know what happened to Buddy. He's still alive. I don't think no crazy shit. But I mean, yeah, he ain't been active lately on his shit. But Buddy distraught. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? But this is the key to this, man. That's why I say be careful who you call your lover, man, and be genuine about it. Because at the end of the day, man, reality is reality. It's just that hard pill that a lot of y'all don't want to accept and like to swallow or whatever. Nah, man, low vibration and shit. Hey, man, look. Reality is reality. You want to match your partner. That's the bottom line of this whole scenario right now. I know what y'all think. Yeah, it was fucked up what Buddy's wife did by fucking with the best friend and shit like that. But you want to be honest with you, like I just told y'all, they were all like this. They were a real couple. They were best friends. They hung out almost all the time type shit. But you want to know how long she probably been thought Buddy was attractive. You know what I'm saying? But then over time, when she get the goddamn Lipo 360 deal done, she matched with them now. You know what I'm saying? And from what dude talk about, I don't think like they seduced her no shit like that. No, they still been hanging out, but I think it was some shit said between the time they hanging out type shit, and he was like, shit, you with that? Like, shit, we with that. You just know, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think they already kind of like with that shit. They be doing stuff like that, like little mansion parties, and everybody messing with everybody type shit. That's that type of couple shit that they own. They wasn't like that. But apparently, after she got that, remodel, she was like, shit, I want to see what this like talking about. Cause Buddy, he wasn't with all that either. Man, y'all be careful, man. That shit done crazy. And like I said, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I just feel like everybody want to match their partner. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't think she just jumped up and just dilly-dally with that couple and just became a throuple like that. I don't think she did that. I'm gonna be gangster with you. I believe she genuinely loved this man, and she did. After he got her right, she probably told him, okay, baby, it's your turn. Like, or maybe she probably did incentives to help him out and to understand. He probably was comfortable. Like, no, baby, I don't need that. I love you for you and you love me for me. Yeah, all right.
And for those of you that are new here, I was in a throuple about a month and 2 weeks ago, and they broke up with me, and I have been just going through a breakup and recording myself talking about things that breakups make me feel like. And it's Saturday night. I thought maybe I was gonna have plans. They got canceled, which is okay. I just feel really sad, and I feel alone, and I feel all the feelings. And we were only together for 10 months, but I let myself be super vulnerable and I fell in love. And now I'm like, okay, when does the heartbreak start to fade away? And I'm also like, do I want to take myself out to dinner? I like curled my hair a little bit and showered. But like, do I want to be outside and sad? It's also raining, or do I want to be inside and sad? Because regardless, I'm gonna be sad, and I just really wish we could be back together. And I'm faced with the reality that these people did not choose me. These people did not want to be with me. So just, I don't know. It's fucking sucks.
This may be controversial, but I don't care. I think that polygamy would actually solve a lot of the baby mama, baby daddy drama that happens in the world. Now that I have your attention, let me present my case. So I started off by watching Couple to Thruple, and that's on Peacock, right? It's about couples that want to add a third person into their relationship to be a thruple. And then I couldn't get enough of what the polygamists had going on. So I was being nosy in a business, and I found Sister Wives. So then I started watching Sister Wives. And during me watching that show, I realized that sometimes the Sister Wives would show up with their kids or have kids within the Sister Wife polygamous situation. So then I got to thinking, and the synapses in my brain made it all click together. A lot of times, especially in the instances where the baby dad be double dipping, going back and forth, confusing everybody, the baby moms is beefing, the kids is beefing, the kids is fighting each other at school. That's a real story I heard before. Why doesn't everybody put their differences to the side? Because you know you're sharing the man. Just bring the man in the house. Bring the man in the house. It'll be more money in the house because now it's going to be 3-4 of y'all in the house contributing to the bills. Y'all can all live under one roof. Y'all sharing the man is no stress. A problem arises, y'all just talk it out. The kids get to have a regular family structure. Hello? And that's it. I rest my case. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No more pain, no more pain, no more pain, no drama.
Okay, y'all, I seen this trend on Twitter or X, whatever the hell the name of that app is. And it's like asking people if they, whatever, try poly. I have, so I'm gonna tell my stories. Now, I've actually been in quite a few poly relationships. It's not foreign to my culture, so I feel like just being exposed to it at such a young age, the math is mathing under the right circumstances. May I add, traditional poly relationships, in other countries such as Africa, the Middle East, Asia is very different from American version of poly. I digress. So, my first experience with a poly relationship was, like, it was a setup. If you ask me to this day, like, I think it was a setup, but I was here for it. So, you know, I'm a Libra, so that says everything you need to know. If you know, you know. But I had to be like, maybe like, I don't know, 17, 18. I was talking to this girl. Like, this was my first intense interaction with a girl. You know, I came out as bisexual around 13-ish. So this was like the closest I've ever gotten to actually like having sex with a girl. So this girl would be coming off hella strong, like she was a Leo. So it was really good for my, like, you know, passive aggressive energy.
So the day finally came where like we were like, let's take this to the next level. Like, let's link the fuck up. So because neither one of us had our L's, we lived in a city at the time.
She was like, she's trying to get one of her boos to, like, you know, drive us to where we need to go. And I was like, okay, cool. Because we planned a park date. We planned a few different things. And I was just like, okay, boom. Okay. So skipping along, like, I was a big pothead at the time. So we was getting, you know, high or whatever. Before you judge me, judge your mother, because everybody in the city where I'm from was smoking at a young age. So fuck you. I don't smoke anymore. I digress. So, like, come to find out this boo of hers was like her whole sugar daddy. And like, mind you, I'm a Libra. I was with the shits. So this motherfucker, neither one of us was old enough to get a hotel, so he got near her, the hotel room. He copped us our Henny, because anything was possible. And at this point, I was like, I see the vibes, and I'm here for it. So, you know, we got the shebangin' a bangin'. But this is where it got weird. After this, you know, we had to follow up events or whatever, hanging out. But then, this is where poly gets weird. Somebody always wants some weird shit. Like, if you're the plus, I'm guaranteeing you somebody is either on some slimy or weird shit. So mind you, the only time I would really contact our boyfriend is when I talk to her. Cause like, he was the bonus. I was really just fucking with her. And, you know, he was definitely ass for us in our life during that time. So I'm always here for, you know, being catered to. But he started to hit me up, like, without her, like trying to see me. And I'm just like, dude, this, you know, this mad weird. You know, I wasn't on the same type of time, even though he blew my fucking mind. Let me tell y'all. But I digress. So yeah, time ended up moving along and this girl was like really possessive. And mind you, I'm still in high school and I definitely like, I say that she was like my girlfriend, but she really wasn't. Like, we never made it official. She never asked me out. And same thing when it came to the guy. So it's like, these are just like my boyfriend, girlfriends. You know, like, I don't know. I'm an air sign. So if I call you like if you're really my, like somebody that I am dating for real, like we made it official, I'll never call you my boyfriend, girlfriend. You're my man. That's my girl. I don't do that boyfriend, girlfriend shit. So I was really just calling him that on some play shit. But this bitch was crazy. Like, she wanted my time, my energy, my everything. And I'm just like, whoa, like, I'm trying to figure out my life. I'm wondering if I'm going to college, honey. But long story short, like, me and her ended up falling out because, like, she really was upset that I wouldn't see her all the time. And don't get me wrong, like, I love having a good time, but I'm not the kind of person I want to do that shit all the time. Like, I get a little fix and I'm straight, you know, back to my everyday life. Like, and again, we would hang out as a unit, a couple of like, you know, for some time being after, but like she wanted it every day kind of thing. And I'm like, I have friends. And if you know anything about me, I live my friends. And honestly, fuck y'all. And plus in my mind, I'm single. So I definitely was like just trying to live my life.
But yeah, so she ended up like cussing me out, not fucking with me, saying I'm playing with her and all this other shit, and like block me, ghost me type shit. And then I don't know how, but this nigga found me on Facebook.
He would not let up. Like, to this day, you can find him in my DMs commenting on some shit that I posted on my story. So, Polly, this is my first interaction. And honestly, it's funnier.
Story time how I was in a poly relationship and he got both of us pregnant and the other girl got mad that I was pregnant and sent them to prison. Yeah, this story is so wild, right? So yeah, I remember the baby daddy that I would be telling y'all about to be calling me when he in prison, whatever, that end up fucking with my ex-best friend. So boom. Me and him been knowing each other since we went to school together. So he had went to prison. So when he had got out of prison, his sister introduced him to me. Boom. So we together or whatever. So this nigga is a cheater. He been in prison so long. So okay, so this girl he been talking to, he had been going over her house all that. I knew it because this nigga was not laying with me. Who the fuck is he laying with? He not answering the phone. So me being me, I'm expect the gadget. Duh, I'm finna find out. So y'all, why the girl send me a friend request? So I'm posting him or whatever. So I'm just like, yeah, this not gonna work out. So one day I'm asleep. I know about the girl. I'm asleep. My phone get the ringing. So I wake up, like, who the fuck is this calling me? It's the other girl. And I got missed calls from him. So I'm like, why is they blowing my phone up? Like, I don't got time for the miss. So I wakes up like, hello. He like, man, this girl up here tripping. She like, whoever the girl you have been having sex with, whatever, she'll still be with me. We just all gotta be together. So I wake up like, hold on. Do what? I'm like, so all three of us be together. Like, me and her be with you. You have two girlfriends. Like, am I tripping? So he like, yeah, well, we not playing no more. We finna come get you. Kid y'all, nah, they came get me. We chilled or whatever. Remind y'all, this girl is not given. She been with a girl before. So at this point, we trying to ease her into it, smooth her into it. So we end up doing it the first time, whatever. We never had sex like that a lot, like on two different terms. That's how he had sex with us. But he never really just had it with both of us because She really was not into girls for real. So she was just trying something to keep this nigga, which I don't know why. He's not nothing special. So more of the story is we together. So months go by. He at work. It's this. I don't care what nobody say. I believe the saying, when cats start lingering around, somebody's pregnant. So she pulled up one night. We always, like, when he on break, she always come over and we be all on the phone together. Like, we be in the truck or she chill with me till he finna get off work. So we on the phone or whatever. So we get off the phone with him. This one cat particular, it ran next door, but it wouldn't go far. So I'm like, you pregnant, ain't you? She like, girl, no, I'm not pregnant. That's you pregnant. I'm like, girl, no, I'm not pregnant. I'm far from that. You got 4 kids, baby. You can pop them out like nothing. So she like, no, it ain't me. It ain't on me. So she never say nothing. I never say nothing to him. But I'm like, you got to be pregnant. So months go by. At this particular time, we all get into it or whatever. So I'm staying at home. I'm not even staying with them. You feel me no more. So I'm chilling or whatever. They together, living their life, and I'm living mine too, by myself. I'm by myself, no longer in the poly relationship with them. So I happen to go to urgent care. Kid y'all not, y'all, I went to urgent care. Why the lady said I was pregnant? I'm like, hold on, say that again. What? I'm who? Man, I swear to God, she said I was pregnant. I bust out crying because I'm like, this can't be happening. So at this time, he had me blocked. I couldn't get in contact with him. So at this time, I'll call his mama, like, tell him he needs to call me ASAP. This is important. So I didn't know he was there laid up with her. So he called me like, hello, like, what's up? So I'm like, I'm pregnant. He like, what? You pregnant? I'm like, yes, I'm pregnant. I just left urgent care. Y'all, he like, all right, or whatever. He supposed to have been coming to get his stuff or whatever. So that same day, he had to go see his parole officer. Same day I gave him the news. So after we got off the phone, I guess he said she left out the house crying. Like, she left out the house as I told him this. She left out the house crying. So I didn't know or whatever. So, y'all, why she leave out the house? No, let me tell you. So he come to the house while I'm at my interview to get his stuff or whatever. So when he get downtown, his probation officer and all these police officers start walking out this is what he telling me when he get to jail or whatever. And he called me and I'm like, how did you just end up in there? And I called her like, I know you sent him to jail. So why his parole officer was like, yeah, I was waiting on you to come down here or whatever. So y'all, he had a Pum in the car, which she knew because he was supposed to be taking it from my house to her house, but instead she took him to go drop. She bold for this. So he tell me like, yeah, she had left out the house crying when you told me that. She had called his parole officer. So the whole time she set him up. She took him to go get his stuff, but she knew the Pum was in the car, so she took him downtown to report, but his parole officer was already waiting on him. So I called her like, I know you got him locked up. She like, no, I didn't. She already knew something. I don't know, whatever she had said at the time. So I'm like, no, you lying, you did it. So she really was mad. So turn around, remind you, come to find out, she's pregnant too. So now we're both pregnant by this nigga that's in jail, that she sent to jail, and we're both pregnant. So now she hollering at me, I'm hollering at her like, that ain't his baby. She like, no, that ain't his baby. So we going back and forth the whole time. Both our kids is his because we both was with him. So I'm talking about, she's calling me constantly every day, arguing, like finding something to argue. Like, I know you talking to him and this and that. You want to be on this and that. So at this point now, we're arguing over a nigga that's in jail. I'm talking about arguing. When I say she got me like heated, like she's calling me constantly every day, basically harassing me. We're arguing every day. Like I'm talking about yelling over the phone, like yelling, going back and forth, like to the point she ended up stressing me to a miscarriage. So I ended up having a miscarriage in September or whatever, and she ended up still having her baby. My baby ended up passing away. I didn't get to have my baby because due to her stressing me every day, like it was so much stress, like I couldn't take it. Like it was so much. I was just crying. I was just hollering. I was just stressed. I was just depressed. I was just everything to be pregnant. And I was just so stuck. Like, and then right now to this day, he got his son. I don't have my baby. and she living her life, you know. She done had a couple more kids, but that junk was crazy. Like, I couldn't believe I was in a poly and we both got pregnant at the same time, and she sent him to jail because he had me pregnant, and then she turned around and stressed me to a miscarriage. Wow, that is insane. And y'all, she still had his baby right now to this day, and I feel like, that's crazy. I don't got my baby. Y'all, that was some wild stuff. Like, I got a lot of stories.
Bro, I tried the polyamorous thing, like me dealing with 2 girls, me and 2 more girls staying in one spot together. It was good for my ego. It was good, you know, to wake up like this here and be like, yeah, I'm that. You know what I'm saying? But it's bad with everything else, bro. She want to eat this. She want to eat that. She upset. She upset. I'm showing her more attention. She ain't getting enough attention. She going through with her people. She going through with her people. Hey, P. She want her hair did. She want her nail did. Boy. It's cool to, in my opinion, if you and your lady have some fun with another woman, leave it there, bro. But you trying to move in with both of them? Oh no, P. I tried it. I can't do it. It lasted about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, and we ended on good terms. But I was just like, it a little too much, bro. I could deal with the ego thing for me, like, you know, both of them walking around clothesless, and I'm in the crib looking like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, this is how I'm living. But when it came to the real, oh nah, I'm cool. I'm gonna take one woman and we gonna have a friend, another girl, and that's it. Okay.
Let's talk about toxic poly relationships. The dark side no one warns you about. Poly relationships aren't automatically evolved spiritually or progressive just because they involve more than 2 people. Sometimes they're just messy, manipulative, and emotionally draining, just with more participants. Here's what a toxic poly relationship really looks like. 1. Lack of clear communication. Chaos. If boundary, needs, and emotions aren't openly discussed and respected. Disaster. Instead of harmony, it's jealousy, competition, and confusion on repeat. 2. Power imbalances are real. One partner often holds more control, financial, emotional, or even social. That's not polyamory. That's manipulation masked as freedom. 3. Jealousy isn't just part of the process. If someone's constantly insecure, being compared, or feeling left out, it's not their fault for not being involved enough. It's a relationship dynamic issue, not a personal flaw. 4. Weaponized freedom. Some people use polyamory as a license to cheat, lie, or avoid accountability. We're poly doesn't mean I do whatever I want and you shut up about it. Labor Olympics. You end up giving more than what you're receiving, managing everyone's feelings while yours get ignored. Poly should multiply love, not stress your levels. 6. No real consent, just pressure. You feel like saying no will get you replaced. So you agree to things you're not emotionally okay with and call it being open-minded, but deep down you're hurting. 7. Gaslighting wrapped in a poly language. You're just insecure. You don't get poly. You're trying to control me. Translation. I don't want to be accountable. 8. Love bombing and abandonment. 1 minute you're the favorite, the next you're ghosted, while they dive headfirst into their next soul connection. Rinse and repeat. So here's the real tea. Poly isn't the problem. People use it to dodge emotional maturity, accountability, or honesty. That's the problem. Healthy poly relationships require more communication, not less. More boundaries, not fewer. More empathy, not more excuses. If you feel unseen, unheard, unloved, or like you're just another option instead of a priority, it's not poly, it's toxic. You deserve clarity. You deserve respect. You deserve peace, whether it's monogamous, polygamous, or just figuring yourself out. Don't let anyone convince you pain is part of a package, because it's not.
I've been polyamorous for years now, and I'm really starting to question what I want out of dating anymore. And before I get into this, no, this is not a hating on polyamory video. I think polyamory is beautiful and all relationship styles are valid. I just want to talk openly about my experience, see if anyone relates, and open up our conversations about polyamory and monogamy and what the heck we're doing out here. What I find so disappointing is I feel like polyamory is sold on this idea of more love and more depth, and we can be more honest, and we can be more real, and we can be more vulnerable, we can be more deep, we can have no limitations to our love. And I love that idea, and I love the idea of expansiveness and supporting each other's individual journeys as well as a journey together, and supporting your partner's journey with another partner too. Like, I love all those concepts, but it's just not what I've experienced firsthand. When I found polyamory, I never felt so seen. I always felt like I just didn't fully understand monogamy. I grew up watching my parents in an unhappy marriage, and honestly, my entire childhood upbringing, I didn't feel like anyone I knew that was married was happy, and most of my friends' parents were divorced. And when I first started dating, I just didn't get monogamy culture. I didn't understand why boyfriends would be jealous if I hung out with certain friends or wanted to have other plans. I've always been really focused on special interests and hobbies, and have been really close with other friends in my life. On top of that, I was always kind of actually open, and when I found out about polyamory, it just made a lot of sense to me. I started meeting people in these really interesting dynamics. I met a girl with a boyfriend and a husband, and her boyfriend came to her wedding, and all three of them were on a date together, and they just seemed so happy. The way people talked about it, they just seemed so in love. It seemed like more honest, more vulnerable, more deep connection. And that made sense to me, and I wanted that, and I felt seen by that. I just didn't understand the ownership and the jealousy and the possession that came with monogamy, and I never liked that. I don't know if I will ever get married. I used to say that I would be like, I don't think I'm gonna get married. I want to have kids, but I want to have a family, but I don't think that marriage is for me. And then when I found polyamory, I was like, oh, maybe monogamy is just not for me. The last monogamous relationship I was in was abusive, and I also felt like I had to hide a lot of parts of myself. After that, I was like, I'm fully going into polyamory. I know I'm polyamorous. I know this is what I want. I've dated enough styles to, choose this. And I found myself in a lot of circles that I wanted to be in. I found myself in really cool, positive scenes. I found myself around a lot of, other polyamorous people, other queer people, other open people. I've dated a lot of poly people at this point. And I'm honestly just really now feeling confused and disappointed, frankly. One of the great loves of my life, probably the great love of my life at this point, if I'm being honest, broke my heart multiple times. That's part of the reason it was on and off. And with him, I just kept having this experience of, he would say one thing oh yeah, I can have multiple lifelong partners, and I want you to be that, and I see a future with you. But then when push would come to shove, that was never the case. I was merely to him, a fantasy, a human partner. I was there when times were good and when it was fun, but as soon as his primary partner didn't want us to connect in any certain way, I just immediately got pushed out of the situation. I have a whole long story about that I'd love to tell sometime, but it was pretty unfair, and it really broke my heart. And just experiencing that multiple times, getting othered so hard by this person that would tell me they loved me and So I was asked, how is the first year when in a poly relationship? Well, the first year is just like any other relationships. It's fun, exciting, new, fresh, scary. It's pretty much a roller coaster of emotions and events. It also can be the hardest because during that time, you're still discovering new things about each other every day. But overall, it's definitely a beautiful thing, especially when the right partners are involved.